that door got waved off, but it almost seemed to spark a little more.
Yeah, it sort of got us, I saw a goal the other night in Washington game, and I didn't think it was much different. And then, after I saw the replay, I still feel that same way. And then, they sort of slashed Arnie on the hands there. So, we didn't get a goal, and B, I thought we should have had a penalty. So, but we responded the right way. We talked about that after the second period. There's times when things are gonna can throw you off, and don't let things get you off your game. Be it the other team, the referees, calls, those type of things, and you got to turn that into real positive energy. And I thought, especially Arnie's line, they really kicked it up and said, "Let's go, get it back." And they seemed to be on a mission the next few shifts, and they were. And they had great traffic. Hornquist in front was really, really huge for that.
Is that the kind of game that you want to see from Hornquist behind?
Well, I want to see that, from all our guys, but from Hornquist, that's what he does. He gets in those really, what you call dirty, greasy areas, and I mean, you have to. It's a special talent to go there and want to be there. Some guys are conveniently not there. He's a guy that makes sure he's there when the puck's there. So it's a skill. It's a great skill, and you see Holmstrom do it in Detroit all the time and how effective he is. And tonight you saw how effective it was for us. And I thought Patrick did a great job.
What you were talking about earlier too, he committed that penalty earlier, the fact that he could put that behind him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a really good skill to have, and it's a maturity skill. When things don't go your way, it's how you react. I mean, when things are going great, it's easy to just react the right way, but when they're not going your way, how you react and how you deal with a little bit of adversity or a little bit of something that you don't agree with, and does it affect your play? And not at all. I thought the guys responded in a real positive way, and it was nice to watch.
Did Ellis do put his best foot forward, and if this is a competition for?
Yeah, well, he played another solid game. A big save at the end of the second period. I mean, a few seconds left. They make a lot of their short game all around the net. Those little plays, change direction. They have a lot of they can put a little 6-7 foot pass through people, and you got to find it. I thought he did a really good job, and I thought our RD did a pretty good job of maintaining that. So yeah, he played really well. It's two solid games, and Pex is going to play on Saturday, and I haven't made any decision for Monday, obviously. But we got a lot of games coming up, and both of them are going to have to play well.
Did you see anything specific in terms of dealing with the ice conditions and how you wanted guys to react to that?
Well, we're in a little bit of a learning stage. Every year is a little different. We've had 2 weeks of Seattle weather here, so that affects the humidity and all that. I know the building is doing everything they can. We're trying to help them out from our side, and for the most part, both teams have to play on the ice. So today, for example, the building got really hot. It was the first time this year that we had the building got pretty full. There's a lot of noise, a lot of excited people. So it heated up a little bit quickly, but for the most part, the ice held up, and it was the same for both teams on that. I don't have any issues with that. We're in a learning process.
You try and just throw pucks to the net, then make sure you don't
Yeah,
get too cute.
yeah.
When it's
The third periods you have to do this, especially when you're behind. It doesn't matter if it's in our rink or if it's someone else's. I mean, the third period, the ice is getting chopped up, and you don't want to get too cute. And that's what we did. We said, let's get pucks through. But one thing that I thought we did better in the third than the first two periods is our defense were really trying to score from the blue line, and a lot of shots were getting blocked. And therefore it really kills your offensive thrust. And I thought the third period, our defense did a good job of just moving a little bit, and instead of teeing it up and trying to score from the point, get it on net because we were getting traffic. And that's what you have to do at that point in the third period. You throw a lot of pucks. You saw a lot of pucks in that what we call, you have a net drive, the slot area, and then just off to the face-off dot. A lot of pucks are going there. We're just almost getting there. Our handle on some of those. So we did a lot of good things. I mean, on a good night, you probably score 3 or 4 goals rather than just 2.
There's a lot of Hornquist transformation over the last year, just confidence.
Well, if you talk to Patrick, he'll probably tell you, when he got here, he thought he knew what to expect, and then as things started up, it got faster and faster and faster for him. And that's the game over here, we call it a small ice game, where over in Europe it's a large ice game, and everything just happens a little slower over there. There's a little more puck possession, there's a little more time to react, and the skilled players are able to do things, at a certain pace. Over here, everything is more straightforward, and you've got to do it at a lot quicker pace. And he struggled with that a little bit. He thought he had, last year he could tell you that when he thought he had no time, he had more time than he thought, and vice versa. And this year he came over, everything wasn't new to him. Everything from training camp, he knew that the level of play would increase through training camp, and it did, and he was okay. He adjusted to it, and he made those necessary adjustments mentally and physically, and it's sort of transforming. I know he really worked on his skating. He saw a skating coach this summer just to get a little more speed, and it's really paying off for him.
With Dumont's injury and the second line not producing offensively just yet, do you feel like your top line's really feeling the burden of putting up points every
Well,
night?
it's only 2 games in a season, and actually Leahy's line the last two games have been put in a more of a defensive role, just because we've got sort of our, I'll say, 2/3 line totally out. And so he's had to carry a little more of a defensive responsibility, and I've been using majority of Leahy and a little bit of Gotch's line in that defensive role. So, I'm looking for secondary scoring throughout our lineup, and that would be nice. But the sort of the role that they were given the last 2 games has been more on the defensive side of the puck. So we're only 2 games in, and I know Leahy and Marty are going to have some big nights. And we're going to need a contribution right through our whole lineup. So.
How do you feel Tristan played? Did he settle down after maybe trying to force some things early?
Well, he was trying to make some impact today, and he was trying to bang, and I said, come in here and be a little bit of that Nashville, because that's what he does. And I thought he played pretty well. Obviously, I'm not really happy with taking 2 penalties, but for the most part, I would say that Tristan, as I talked to him last year, he probably wasn't in the mix to be here. Just some of his areas of his game and his conditioning and all that were off. He's made a commitment to change that, and he's in the mix, and he's a tough kid who can play the game, and he earned the right to come up here tonight and play, and I thought he did a good job.
Any glaring concerns in special teams, or just little adjustments needed?
Well, I think Joel Ward will be in next game. That'll help us a little bit, especially on the penalty kill. And the penalty kill right now is there's some new people on it. We've had some guys that have been there for a couple of years, and we were a pretty good penalty killing team. Now we got some new guys doing it a little bit more, so a little bit of an adjustment. But I'm very confident we can always get our penalty kill to the point where we're normally are. We've sort of been slow starters the last couple of years. I think we gave up 5 game 2 last year or something like that. So that always puts us behind the 8 ball.
You said Ward is
Yeah, Ward's going to, unless something happens tomorrow, Ward is expected to play Saturday.
Mary, what's going to be your approach with goaltending this year? Are you going to be just going with a hot hand, or is it going to be about the matchups? Or
A little bit of both. They're both good goaltenders, and last year Pex took it away from Danny. I mean, sometimes it's a little bit of puck luck, sometimes it's playing well. I have really a lot of faith in both. I mean, I think we got as good a goaltending as anybody in the league in 1-2, and like I said, I'm confident. Pex is going in on Saturday, and Danny could come back Monday, or Pex could come back Monday. I'm really not going to try to think too far ahead. There's some reasons that we do things, but there's some matchups that we like, and we'll go from there. But both of them are going to play a lot of hockey for us, I think. And if someone gets really hot, then we'll go with him. But I think they're both really capable goaltenders. All right.
Thank you.